What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Smith back here again, and I am here to talk about the movie that should have gotten a theatrical release, but it did not. The movie of Prey. Now, I actually didn't know what this was originally. I had seen it on Hulu. I was like, oh, that looks dumb. But when I had seen a review for Angry Joe, I was like, well, Angry Joe covered this. Let's see what this is. I did not realize that this was a Predator movie the whole time, and I was like, holy crap, I have to go watch this. This was like when I found out what Never Hike Alone was, a fan-made film of Friday the 13th. I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the concept. This movie really makes me feel like this is the Assassin's Creed or Bioshock template to a movie. And what I mean by that is they take the same thing, but they put it in different locations. Like, you know, in the original, it was the jungle. In Predator's jungle. In Predator 2, it was in the city. This is back in the jungle, but it is in a different time period. There's people talking like how they're trying to get a petition signed to where they can make another one of these movies and have it take place in maybe feudal Japan, or shoot, you could put it in any other time period and I would have a freaking blast, because that is what makes it interesting. You're taking the Predator and you're putting it in a different environment. How is it going to work? That is amazing. You got money right there, and that works to its advantage so dang well. So dang well. Before I get into spoilers, I'm just going to go ahead and say this movie is phenomenal. Go watch this movie. If you're a Predator fan or if you're a Creature Feature fan, you will not be disappointed. It is such a blast of a film. Those are my opinions before I start going into spoilers. If you don't want to know any spoilers, this movie is phenomenal. Go watch it. So for those who stayed, let's get this party going. Alright, so for those who stayed, like I said, let's get into this. The movie of Prey is a very interesting concept because it takes place within that of a Native American village in 1719, around the time when there was also French settlers, and it uses all of this to its advantage. It is such a great idea, and it works. Especially like with the character of Naru. This is a very smart character. A lot of the characters in this movie are smart. None of them are like, oh, you want to see them get killed. No, you care about these characters, especially Naru, who, I will say the only downfall about this film is, you know, like it's kind of the whole, oh, I'm wanting to prove that I'm not going to be just like every other village woman who just goes and gets water and makes medicine and cooks and stuff like that. I want to be a warrior. I want to do what the men do. And I'm all for that, but how they did it in this movie was smart. They have Naru and her mom talking, and her mom is like, you think doing this hunt that you're doing, which I cannot pronounce it, forgive me, I'm not even gonna try, but they have her mom being like, you think doing this hunt is so you can prove that you can do it just because we don't think you can? No. The point of this hunt is to survive. She redirects her. She's like, you're not doing this for the right reasons. Do this to survive. Don't do this to prove to them that you can't do it. Do it to survive. And we see the dynamic that she has with her brother in this movie, who eventually ends up becoming the war chief. And he talks to her and he says, like, you know, you did it, but you couldn't do it. You know, you couldn't bring it home. You injured it because they go hunting for a lion, and she gets injured and has to be brought back, but he reveals to her eventually, you know how I caught the lion? Your idea. You have the ideas, but you don't have the durability or the ability to bring it home. But then eventually she's able to prove that she can be, and I liked how they did that. They worked around it instead of it being like, oh, you know, I can do what a man can do no matter what. They changed it, and I was okay with that. And like I said, they use all of this to their ability. They really do. From the fact that when the Predator comes down to Earth, it's cloaked the entire time. They, just like in the first one, they build up the suspense of what the Predator is going to look like. This is a new Predator, and I love this Predator's design. It looks primitive, it's cool. I really like the mask, you know, like this is around the time you could say like when the Predators hadn't gotten to that point yet with the metal mask and stuff. But they still have like the vision and stuff, and it's really cool. It's just like the weapons haven't been updated yet to what they will be when Schwarzenegger's character comes around. But they still found a way around it. It was great. I really like the design of this, the outfit, it was just great. But like I was saying earlier, they really use the environment to its advantage, from having this mud pit that is eventually used later on to take down the Predator, to, you know, you're in the forest. When you're in the forest, you hear almost anything. And you don't know what it is, but in this movie, you're on your toes. You know, you hear like a branch break, or you hear like some noise, and you're like, okay, what was that? Was that an animal? Was that the forest settling? You know, like maybe like a branch breaking or an animal stepping on a branch or something. Or is it the predator? The predator could be right beside you, behind you, could be stalking you in the trees. And they play with that, and it's great. Like, I was really wondering, okay, where is this thing gonna pop up? When is it gonna hit the fan? And when it hits the fan, it is great. Because they added some French settlers in, I had a blast watching the Predator just walk through these guys like paper mache. I was like, yes, yes, I am okay with this. And they also add the dynamic of Naru has a dog, and the dog is very smart, and they don't do the usual, the dog dies. No, like you think, oh gosh, no, the dog's gonna die. No. They really did their work with this dog. The dog responds to English and their own language. To, you know, she's taught the dog how to go, how to come back, and, you know, how to hunt and stuff like that. So it was really great. They really had the chemistry with the actor and the dog. It was really good. You really believed that they were a unit and that they both cared about each other. It was great. I really enjoyed that dynamic. It was something fresh. It was something new to add to the Predator franchise. I really enjoyed it. I liked the dynamic of, you know, I've seen this thing, there's something else out there, we gotta go get it, and everybody's like, you don't know what you're talking about, just go back to the village. And then stuff hits the fan, and then she sees how the Predator works, and she's eventually able to combat a strategy to take it out using its own technology against him. And the way like how she works up to that is it's a great story. It's a great character to follow. It's a great path to take. I had a blast with this. We've seen where the trophy making from the Predators come from. We see the, you know, like the removal of the spine and stuff like that. We see like how people are actually able to take the fight back to the Predator, and like, you know, Schwarzenegger did that, yes, but this was very different. This was someone fighting the Predator in close quarter combat, and the only other thing I've ever seen fight the Predator like that is the Alien and another Predator. It was something new. I really liked it. You know, seeing the Native Americans being able to get up close to it, shoot an arrow, grab it, shoot it, grab it, shoot it, until the Predator figured out what it was doing and then, you know, cloaked itself. When they revealed how the Predator looked, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you. They also brought up the fact that there is a bit of a rule with the Predators. They will not hunt you if they don't perceive you as a threat. And they have done that before, and they also did the whole thing of, oh, I can't see you because something cloaked you. They did a lot of good callbacks to the first movie, and I enjoyed that. I like the first Predator movie, but this is my favorite Predator movie of all time. The characters are great, they're smart, the storytelling is really good, it's really smart. It's a thing of fresh air. That's what this is. This Predator movie is a breath of fresh air in the Predator franchise, and I cannot wait to see where they take it. I give Prey an A-, and stay after the credits. Stay after the credits, because it is a really unique thing that they do. Guys, don't forget to elbow up that like button and spear the subscribe button. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And don't forget to put in the comments below what you thought of Prey, yeah. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you next time.